Ito ang mainit na balita at trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Marcos at Duterte nagdeklara na ng giyera at mas lalong uminit ang sagutan. Ano nga bang dahilan? Well, let's find out. Matapos magpakawala ng mga maanghang na salita at sabihang bangag si President Marcos ni dating Pangulong Duterte, abay eto ang pasimpleng sagot ng Pangulo.
I think it's the fentanyl. Fentanyl is the strongest painkiller that you can buy. It is highly addictive and it has a very serious side effects. So, you know, I hope his doctors take better care of him. Hindi pinababayaan itong mga nagiging problema.
Dagdag naman ng PDEA na wala sa watchlist ang Pangulong Marcos, pero resback naman ng kilalang abogado at isang Duterte supporter. Bakit nga ba nagdeklara na ng giyera itong mga Duterte?
Ano bang naging dahilan at talaga naman pong kumbaga nagdeklara na ng giyera ang Duterte laban sa mga Marcoses, no? Well, unang-una, yung nagsalita nga po si Justice Secretary matapos na sabihin ni Presidente Marcos na hindi siya makipagtulungan sa ICC. So syempre, kaya nagsalita ng ganyan ng dating Presidente Duterte. So kung ipakukulong nila ang Presidente Duterte, wala na siyang pakialam, no? Sasabihin niya ang mga sa tingin niya ay katotohanan dahil wala naman po akong kaduda-duda na bagamat nagdi-deny ang PDEA. Sabi ko nga, tama sila mag-deny kasi wala namang binanggit na drug list ang Presidente Duterte. Hindi naman po pwede siguro i-deny ng PIDEA na nagbigay sila ng ganyang impormasyon ni Presidente Duterte nung siya ay mayor pa, meaning before 2016 pa. Okay. Ang pangalawang dahilan po ay itong bribery initiative na talagang ayaw ni Presidente dahil ang sabi niya, ito ay pamimili ng boto, iniinsulto ang taong bayan at dahilan para baka maulit yung nangyari sa kay Presidente PBBM, yung nangyari sa kanyang ama na napaalis sa pwesto, no? Yan naman po ay understandable dahil lahat ng tao galit na dyan sa pirmang yan. Ang mga kongresista na lang at speaker ang hindi nagagalit dyan, no? Dahil alam natin na bukod sa ginamit ang pera para makakalap ng mga pirma, ay lilinlang pa ang mga pumipirma na di umano para yan sa ayun.
Sumagot naman ang kilalang broadcaster at Romualdez supporter kung saan binira din ang mga pahayag ni Atty. Roque.
Hindi daw sinabi ni Duterte na nasa listahan si BongBong Marcos. Kita mo, sabay cambio ng dating spokesman. Ay ang linaw-linaw na sinabi ni Digong doon sa kanyang prayer rally. Prayer rally nga ba yun na puro politika ang dating ng pananalita. Sinabi niya, ibinigay sa kanya, ipinakita sa kanya ng PIDEA nung si mayor pa, nasa listahan kasama si BongBong Marcos. Biglang nagdi-deny na ngayon ito si Roque na hindi daw sinabi yun ni Duterte dahil nga merong clarification report ang PIDEA at PNP never na nasama sa listahan ang Marcos. Na yung kanilang pinaputok na balita, yung kanilang missile na pinaputok, naging losses na lang. Supot na paputok. Ano ba yung paputok bakong taon, yung malalakas, yung kanila supot. Mahinang putok, walang nangyari, tapos dinidinay na, hindi daw sinabi. Ayan, linaw-linaw na sinabi nung Duterte nakakatanda na nasa listahan, tapos sasabihin ng dating spokesman, palusot. Hindi naman sinabi ni Digong yan eh. Wow!
To the rescue naman ang pinsan ng Pangulong Marcos at mastermind umano ng PI na gustong maging Prime Minister ayon kay Duterte.
Sana mag-isip-isip muna kayo, at ilabas mo yung mga pruweba kasi alam natin hindi totoo yung mga sinasabi ninyo. Walang katotohanan yan. Diba? Si Mr. Former President sabi na sa drug list. Na-check natin, never si President Ferdinand R. Marcos ay nailagay sa drug list. Kaya hindi ko lang kung nag-i-story ka na naman. Tignan mo na yung budol-budol galing sa Davao. Please lang, dapat magkaisa ang buong Pilipinas. Kung kayo lang dyan sa Davao ay gumagawa na lang ng mga istorya. Uulitin ko, tigilin mo na yung budol-budol nyo. Diba? Dapat seryoso na tayo at igalang na lang natin ang ating presidente ng trabaho na magiging masipag siya at talagang tinatrabaho niya yung magandang buhay para sa mga Pilipino. Maraming salamat.
Narito naman ang mainit na pagdinig sa Senado.
This is the gist of the entire inquiry. Attorney Anthony A. Abad appears to be the proponent of this initiative. Kagaya po ng sinabi ninyo, Senator, bigyan ng katauhan ang nagpasimuno nitong Politicians Initiative. Earlier, Madam Chair, the House of Representatives, sila po ang nagiging parang kontrabida dito. I am not representing the House of Representatives today. I was personally invited by the beautiful chairman to appear in this committee. But, as a member, hindi po nyo may aalis sa akin na medyo magdamdam rin ako sapagkat ang patutsada ay patungkol sa House of Representatives, lalong-lalo na po yung Speaker. I am not defending the Speaker. If this congressional hearing ultimately found that the Speaker is the one who spearheaded this or funded this initiative, I will probably request him to step down. Pero kung hindi po siya naman, bakit hindi po natin kinonsentrate kay Anthony Abad? Siya po yung bida dito eh. Siya po ang pinakasentro nito. Siya ang nagsasabi dito na pinaliwanag niya sa tao. Nagsabi po ng mga tao, we fully understand the rationale of this proposition. We fully understand the consequences, the effects, and the advantages of this proposition. Gusto nating malaman, talaga bang ginawa niya single-handedly or do et al. Ito? But to undertake and to mobilize an undertaking nationwide, to be able to get at least 8 million votes. Kaya po ba ng isang tao? Why don't we begin with Anthony Abad? Who is he? Anthony Abad, based on the Google, Madam Chair, specializes in international trade law. He has been in legal practice for 17 years, and he is at present an independent advisor of the Philippine Senate.
May I know, Madam Chair?
Nasa Google po. At
kung sino-
nakalagay din po
sino
sa Google, he took his oath before the office of Senator Aquilino Pimentel. Nasa Google po. Kaya kailangan po nating makita lahat eh. Sa Google po yan.
I was also shown that picture pero hindi ko ma-date eh. Mukhang bata pa kami noon eh. So, so must have been years ago. And if we are talking about that, if he is also that Anthony Abad named in the signature sheet, so we are assuming a lot of things. Pero right now, he's not a consultant of my office. But, so pasiputin natin itong Attorney Anthony A. Abad. So,
Triple A.
Yes.
Attorney Anthony A. Abad.
So, para malaman po natin. And if that person seen in the picture taking an oath before me, if he will admit that he is the one, then we're talking about the same person. But he's not a consultant of my office, so I don't think he's also a consultant of the Senate. Wala. So maybe that was siguro part of his biodata. Siguro once upon a time, baka nangyari yun. And then, since andito na rin tayo sa topic na ito, the burden is all with Attorney Anthony A. Abad because no other lawyer can file that petition and claim that he or she is under that et al. Hindi po pwede yun. So it's only if the signatures are genuine and real and then freely given, it is only this attorney, Anthony A. Abad, whom they have authorized to file the petition. No person, no lawyer can claim to be et al. Kasi hindi siya pinangalanan. So that's my theory. Kaya I agree with Congressman Marcoleta. We really have to identify who is. Pero medyo common name kasi yan. There might be more than one Anthony A. Abad who happens also to be a lawyer. So
Yes,
we need to
Senator,
look for this person.
We can start with him.
Yes,
This is an A4 sheet of paper.
that's right.
10 signatories per seat. If Anthony Abad is out to get 8 million votes to satisfy the threshold of 8 million, this is the requisite of the People's Initiative, he will need 800,000 pieces of this A sheet. Nakita ko po yung nakakuha ko ng isang ream nito. This paper was imported from Indonesia. This is 70 GSM. I want to ask Anthony Abad, kinuwenta ko po kung magkano siguro about 1,500 something reams. 500,000 pesos, ito pa lang mong papel. Ipiprint mo ito, palagay mo na lang 2 piso. 800,000 seats, that 1.6 million plus 500, that's about 2 million. Saan niya kinuha ni Anthony Abad? Maybe we can ask questions directly from this guy. Hindi yung mga nakatakip ang mukha. They're so brave enough not to be able to expose their faces in the public. I'm sorry, Mr. Senate President, But I read your rules on evidence. If the substantive rights of people affected in this hearing, they should also be protected. How can we, for example, confront the accusers if they are all masked? Hindi po ganito. I am not defending the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I will repeat this. If this investigation will find out na siya po ang nagpondo, I will politely ask him to step down. Pero alimbawa po kung ito'y ginawa ni Anthony out of exasperation, out of frustration, because I think for the longest time, the House of Representatives have been inviting the Senate to meet with us on a constituent assembly, and the Senate repeatedly refused us. This is on record, Madam Chair. Kahit kailan po hindi natin magagampanan, hindi natin magagamit yung isang modality to change the Constitution, which is the Constituent Assembly. Every time an invitation is issued to the Senate by the House, ang answer po, dead. Dead na. So kailan po natin gagamitin ang Constituent Assembly? We cannot. It's impossible. Sa sinasabi ng Senate, well, ang dami pong ano eh. Okay, bago kami makipag-meet sa inyo, you will have to agree that separate voting. Ganun po pala ang nangyayari. Ito po ang nangyayari. Ako po matagal na sa Congress. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, Madam Chair, panahon pa po ni Speaker Belmonte, pinag-iisipan na natin to. Restrictive economic provisions, blah, 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 blah. But we never agreed just to meet. Alam po ninyo, Madam Chair, ang pinag-uusap, mag-meet lang po tayo. Tsaka na po natin pag-uusapan kung yung 3/4 is voting separately or not.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Pero
Yes,
wala
I
po
think
tayo.
Tama observation ni Attorney Marcoleta, but that cannot be forced. If the Senate does not want to amend the Constitution through a Constituent Assembly, the House cannot force it. Ganun lang po yun, as simple as that. So therefore,
No one is forcing, Senator.
precisely. So, there should be no complaint kasi we are two autonomous bodies. Ayaw nung isa makimit sa Constituent Assembly.
The complaint arises from the fact that you do not want to meet with us. So ang question, how can we make use of that particular
Yes,
modality? It is the first modality.
Yes, that means that the present composition of both houses cannot avail of that mode kasi ayaw nga nung isang house makimit. So, ano na po yan? That's a political question, gamitin sa issues sa election. Pero our problem with the PI is yun na nga. Therefore, we suspected some politicians to be behind the PI because ang tinutumbok ng People's Initiative is the procedure sa Constituent Assembly.
That's right.
And changing the natural meaning of that section,
That's
Madam
correct.
Chair. So that's
And
the
with all due
yan yung
respect
flow,
to
yes.
Congressman Marcoleta, that's likely a subject of another hearing and another meeting and perhaps a more confident and benign meeting of the minds at another